I'm trying to now explain to people that most of the rituals that we have, they are all actually expressing gratitude to nature in
Yes.
some form or the other, right? So
Yep.
things that we chant from morning to evening. You might
Yep.
take it as religious, and then you can have see it as a barrier between you and me, or you
Yep.
see it as something which is unifying. Because I am praying to the when I wake up in the morning, I pray to the
Yep.
sun. I
Yep.
thank the sun for giving me light, for giving me
Yep.
energy in Sanskrit.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
and so I say that it's your energy that becomes my energy. So, and
Mm.
that goes to plants, animals. We thank the sun. So these rituals, which
Yep.
are mainly what do you call ritualization of gratitude.
Hmm.
These are the concepts that I'm trying to bring out also, along
Mm.
with
Yep.
helping with education.
Wow. And if you come to look at it, the more you bring that out, the more we see we're interconnected, because other civilizations too had probably practiced that or honor that. They have those deities, they have those specific ways in which culture was organized. Now,
Yes.
we can't change everything overnight, but if there's one thing you could wish for diaspora of all parts of the world to be more aware of in a rapidly progressive world, what would be one thing that you would wish for diaspora people to be more aware of, especially those living in a country like America that has more power than most other countries possess?
I think what I would like them to be aware of is that uh, they need to they they need to find the truth for themselves. They need to
Mm.
not go by what they are being fed through the media,
Sorry,
the negatives,
I'm
and they
having
should
a cough,
seek.
but that's powerful. I'm
So,
sorry.
to seek the truth, do what it takes.
Hmm.
Read the books in the original and see the
Mm.
real meanings that were intended, rather than somebody quoting that book and making a villain out of somebody. So,
Hmm.
what I would really like them to do is to find out the truth for themselves, and
Mm.
also I would like to see them all cooperating with each other uh,
Mm.
for the various causes rather than being fragmented. So
Yep.
there is a lot of fighting that happens, and people don't understand that we're all in this together. So we need to
Yep.
align ourselves and
Yep.
and understand each other and speak to each other rather than
Yep.
speaking at each other. I
Yep.
would like to see more of that.
Okay. To listen, to learn, to speak, to
Yes,
share. And I
yes,
recall, I think 2012 or 13, I had returned to Singapore. You were in US, you were coming back to Singapore. And I remember we said, hey, let's catch up for a meal. And then we had some friends. We shared a meal somewhere around, was
right.
it, is
Some
it
place we
not?
got up for eat. Yeah, we had.
Yes,
Yes.
I remember that. And that comes from the spirit of sharing. And each time we talk, I'm always learning some of this from you. I know that living in America, it can be very busy for most people, but you've succeeded to raise a high achiever to go to an Ivy League institution. What advice do you have for other parents who may be struggling, who may have little ones, barely, they're struggling to do well in school, but you've succeeded? You went to a top school in India. No wonder you've raised a daughter who's going to a top school. What advice do you have for parents?
Frankly, I didn't raise her to be a high achiever. I think I should give her the credit completely for whatever she did. I The only thing I did was to make sure that she knows how to be happy, how to be grateful,
Mhm.
how to never be discouraged. So I was
Mm.
mostly focusing on her character building. So
Mm.
it's even if she had not got through into an Ivy League, if she had been
Mhm.
studying anywhere else in
Mhm.
America, as I would not have been sad about that. I would, as long as
Mm.
I know that she's interested in what she's
Mhm.
doing it with purpose, with passion, and she
Mm.
knows how not to be dejected, how to keep trying and trying till you get there. Those are
Mm.
the things that I was always looking at.
Mm.
I know there
Wow.
are other parents who push their children to get into Ivy Leagues to do a lot of things.
Mhm.
I'm not one of those. I'm actually very easygoing. You may be surprised. And my daughter always laughs that I don't even ask her what grade she got. Like I wasn't that kind of parent,
Wow.
but I was trying to inspire her, trying to make
Mhm.
her curious, trying to make her feel motivated by herself to pursue any subject because she finds it interesting. So
Mm.
throughout I think I have been trying to make her get interested in different things. So
Mm.
mathematics, whether it's current affairs, whether it's
Yeah.
languages,
There you go.
anything, I would see that, I would want to see whether she's interested and wants to know on her own,
Mhm.
because I just don't want to be the one who's teaching her everything.
Everything. Okay.
So,
Wow.
so that's all. I mean, if you can light that spark within your child,
Yes.
light that spark, so that then they will light the path for themselves.
Mm.
But for that, you have to be close to the child. Be very
Mm.
close to the child. Do not
Mm.
allow any distance to come between you and the child. And
Mm.
that can happen if you're talking down to them too
Mm.
much, telling them things to do, highlighting what they are not doing, and kind of making them
Mm.
feel bad about themselves. So
Mm.
I think my main thing was to keep my daughter close to me. And I should
Mm.
be the first person she'll come and tell me what's
Mm.
happening in her life.
Mm.
If that's not happening, then there's a problem. There is some change that I need to bring in myself if she's afraid to tell me something or
Mm.
is not sharing. So
Wow.
I learned this from my mother, because my mother is the one who told me that if you show anger and you throw a tantrum at something she does, then she's not going to confide in you. She's not going to tell you what's happening in her life.
Mm.
So
Wow.
just don't react to everything she says. So I
I
took that
see.
lesson from my mother,
Wow.
and so then I
Ooh.
just would be there for my daughter. But I'm here for you. Tell me everything you need. You want, or I'm just there. If you don't want to say anything, just be aware that I'm there for you.
Mm.
Keep your children close to you. From that will follow everything else. If they are close
Yes.
to you, and
Ooh.
then the next step would be you would inspire them. You would make them meet different people who are
Mm.
role models. So
Yeah.
I would also make my daughter meet people who inspired me. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I would in fact make trips to take her and spend
Mm.
time with those inspiring people.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm.
it's
Wow.
so there's a person in India who has reforested a huge area of land all by himself. Uh,
Yes.
and we went as a family and spent some time with him and came back. So, my
Mm.
daughter got to see different people in
This is.
different disciplines who are doing
Yes.
good work,
Wow.
and then just talking and spending time with them and getting inspired by them. So that's the only thing I did. Make sure she has enough inspiration, and
Mm-hmm.
she knows that I'm there for her. Her father is there for her.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. After that, what she does is her own effort.
Okay. That is very deep and very moving. And for me, I've learned from that, and I'm going to make some adjustments based on that. They say the apple never falls far from the tree. So you learn from your mom,
Yes.
and now you transfer those values to your daughter. I'm very sure that she will transfer them to her own children someday. And I hope that those who are here are also picking up some ideas from here.